All right, so it's so good to see you today, Sydney.
Thank you.
How have you been doing?
I've been doing good. I mean, stressed, but like overall, mood's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just good.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm happy to hear that. So I'm just going to go over some basic things that we just have to talk about every time.
Okay.
This will be completely confidential. It's for educational purposes only, so only myself and my teacher and classmates will see this. Other than that, anything you decide to share with us will remain in that bubble.
Awesome.
If there are any plans to either hurt yourself or someone else, I'm just going to do what I can to get you some help or that person some help. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then, just as well, if there's any problems while we're doing this or you feel uncomfortable, feel like you need to talk to someone about this, feel free to contact Brad Simpson. He's my advisor and I'm working under his license right now.
Okay.
So if you want to have any questions or something doesn't feel right to go ahead and talk to him about anything that you have concerns about.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Wait, do you have any questions about that?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. So like you said, you're maybe feeling a little stressed this week, but overall pretty good. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for some reason everything is just due this week, classwork wise. What else? There's, I don't know, it's just kind of gloomy outside too, so I'm like, ugh, I thought spring was coming. I guess it is raining, so that's a good sign, because spring and rain, but yeah, I would say overall though, just school, feeling overwhelmed, like I can't get everything done, things like that.
Yeah, for sure. What do you feel like is leading most to your feelings of being overwhelmed? Is it mainly school?
Yeah,
like that?
I would say school. Trying to fit in like being social and like having fun along with like a busy schedule. I'm trying to figure out like my internship that I'm gonna do for the summer, so that's been kind of stressful, but I met with someone today, so I think that's gonna be good. But yeah, just like a lot of good life things, because school's good, interning is good, friends are good, but it can just be stressful to balance all of it.
Yeah, so trying to kind of find that like school, life, work balance right now has kind of been a little overwhelming for you.
Yes.
That can be really difficult
Yeah.
to deal with, I know.
Yes.
So going back off of what you said a little bit towards the beginning, do you feel like you've been struggling feeling do you feel that it's been difficult to feel like maybe you're fitting in with your friends or that there's so much going on and you don't want to miss out?
Yes, for sure. Definitely like some FOMO there. Like I just don't want to miss out on like fun things we're doing. Yeah, I still want to be like a responsible student and like get good grades. So yeah, definitely feelings like that where I just want to be with my friends, doing what they're doing. But it's gonna probably suck because I think there's gonna be a couple times later this week where I'm gonna have to like do my schoolwork and not be totally with not being out with my friends or whatever, or watching movies and stuff. Which I'm like, it just happens. This is just part of it.
Yeah.
But doesn't make it easy.
Yeah. So it's like a little frustrating for you to be like, everyone's out having fun, and
Yes. Which it's hard when you're like, I don't know, in crunch time, it seems like, of like doing things because you're proud of yourself, yet you're like, oh man, like this is really what I have to be doing. Like I'm just supposed to be grinding it out. Like, okay, sounds great. Yeah.
And do you feel like you put a lot of pressure on yourself to kind of achieve everything?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I try. I think we've like mentioned this earlier, but I definitely like just perfectionism and stuff. I try and work so hard to just like, I am enough, what I'm doing is enough, just do my best and everything is okay. But still, like, even though I can say that and it can sometimes help, but sometimes it cannot help. So I'm trying to kind of battle with that as well. That like not only do I need to get everything done, like school-wise, I want it to be done perfectly and like on time, yet and like try not to procrastinate it and stuff. So it's like that extra weight of I can't just do it. Like I have to do it perfectly, which I know that's not possible. Like it's just not. It's not ideal. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it can be difficult to want to try and get everything right. Do you feel like, no, we've talked about this a little bit before, but just with everything going on for you this week too, is there maybe a big assignment that's maybe like pushing this a little bit more or something
Let me
like
think.
that?
I have a paper that's due tonight. I did have started it, so that's
Okay.
good. So I have a couple pages left, and then I have like an assignment due this weekend. But on Saturday, so I have it due on Saturday. But I'm like going and like up on like to a cabin retreat with like some of my friends, and we're gonna like watch this show that we've been like waiting to watch. Like it's a new season or whatever. So we're gonna go up and watch it. But I'm like, oh crap, am I gonna have time to finish this assignment that like is due? Because I want to be able to be present with them and not have to worry about school. But maybe I'll just end up having to do it when I'm up there taking whenever we have like free time. So yeah, I think that. Because I'm like, crap,
Yeah.
that's that assignment. I need to get that done. But I'm like, I have these other ones that also need to get done. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Tell me a little bit more about this retreat you have planned though. How you've been
Yeah.
feeling about that?
I'm just super excited. We've been planning on it for like months, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this show that me and my two friends really like. And we're literally, it's like a new season. We're just going up and like gonna buy a bunch of snacks and just like watch, like just marathon it and just go for it.
Yeah.
So it's just something I've been looking forward to, which I really like having. It's just so nice to be able to have things to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to like keep that in my front view mirror of like, okay, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
We got this. Is it front view mirror? Is that a thing? Rear view mirror?
I think they're both.
I'm keeping it in my line of sight.
Yeah,
How
there
about
you go. That works. Both works.
Yeah.
Here, you can use whatever you want. So it sounds like that can be a really exciting thing for you.
Yeah.
To have going on this week.
Yeah. Just
For
to
sure.
like chill. Just relax and yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
So has that been like a big motivator for you lately?
Mhm. It has. Yeah. I'm trying to like think of anything else, but yeah, I'd say that would be or like when I get to like go to bed, that's a big motivator.
Yeah, for sure.
Bedtime.
Yeah.
No, but actually though, just being with my friends is
Mhm.
super nice.
Yeah, well, that's a super good way to detox, kind of, and take a break
Yeah.
and just relax. And kind of going off of what we did last time, so I don't know if you remember, but we kind of went through and made like a genogram of like all your family and like anything like that. And do you maybe see any of those like perfectionistic tendencies, just like maybe with your brother's sister or your brother,
Yeah.
or like your mom or anyone like that?
It's funny because I would say maybe, I think it could be both sides, but I think more my dad. We're very similar in that like if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it right. Which I still like, I don't think that's a bad trait to have, but I think it can be taken too far. I think you still need to have perspective. So I think on that side, my grandpa, his dad, he's, I mentioned before, very anxious, but like won't admit it or like get treatment or help.
Yeah.
And kind of like paranoid and has to have it like his way and things like that. Have to, anxiety is kind of like about control. You need to feel in control. So he just needs to be in control about things he's doing. They need to be perfect. And my dad doesn't have it as extreme at all. Like he's very chill, but there still is like a hint. And then it's then to me. So it's kind of like, I've seen it from that side, kind of, they're very hardworking people, but I think that's why the perfectionism comes in, because they just are hardworking, and so they just want to do what they're doing the right way. They want to make it the best they can, which I respect and I like have in myself, and it's a good quality. But like I said, it can be taken too far. Can create some doubt and shame on yourself, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like you've maybe experienced some of those feelings of like shame and guilt this week?
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Just like questioning, like, am I even cut out for this? Like, just a lot of that kind of stuff. Feeling like I can't do it, it's too hard, yet I've done this before. I'm seriously like a junior in college. Like, I've done this before. Like, I've always gotten through it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep that perspective as well. But yeah, there's definitely some feelings of like unworthiness, I guess. Just, doubt, shame. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so when you say unworthiness, what does that kind of look like for you? What kind of feelings come along with that other than the two that we've kind of already mentioned?
Unworthiness has, that word feels heavy. Very heavy. I will say I don't feel like I've ever felt completely unworthy, but there are moments of weakness, like where, I don't know, like as a whole, no, but there are moments of weakness where I'm like, yeah, maybe like I can't do it. So for me, I think that word just feels like heavy and like you, like it just feels like you are just like you can't, incapable maybe. Unworthy or unwilling, maybe. Unwilling to try. I don't know. I hate that word though, unworthy. It's like, oh, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I'm like, because I don't like it. So feeling like having moments of it, it's like, oh, no, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I don't even know how I feel about the word completely. I don't know.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're trying to talk about how, you know, you're trying to do your best, right? And then maybe you just kind of feel like a frustration or a setback, and then it kind of just brings up all these other feelings for you, right? Of like, maybe I'm unworthy, or I'm not good enough, or, you know, this isn't going to work out because of A, B, and C.
Yeah. It kind of just spirals. You let,
just
the brain spirals a little bit when you're feeling stressed, I guess.
For sure. And do you feel like you've been kind of spiraling a little bit more this week, or kind of using the skills that we've talked about before, where you're like, oh, I'll listen to my music, or I'll go take a hike, or...
Ooh, that's actually a really good one. So I have been using my skills. Music has been big. That's helped a lot this week. Like, I just listen to music that I know will bring me, like, happiness and comfort and just make me feel good. So I've been using that a lot, like, every single day. Multiple times a day. And then working out, that has like, that keeps me sane pretty much. It's just so nice for me to just burn off like any anxious feelings, and like, and it also just puts me in a different place. Like, I'm not thinking about school, like I'm focused on what I'm doing at the gym. And so it's just like a form of like meditation, honestly, because my mind is not with school, it's with just the present. So I've been doing that, so that's helped a lot. Skill-wise.
No, that's so awesome that you've been able to kind of utilize those things that you already know help you.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of put them towards these things where it's okay, I know this is going to be a hard week. Maybe I'm already feeling overwhelmed. Maybe I'm already feeling guilty because maybe I've missed out on some things.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to go have a really good workout right now. And that's what's going to maybe give me a little bit more energy to be able to go and tackle this paper. Right, that I have to start. Does that kind of feel right to you?
Yeah, totally. Like, I have to make time for it. Even though it may seem like I don't have the time for it, like, I'm going to have the time for it. It's just going to work out. And it does work out. This week I won't be able to go as much as I'd like. But I'm like, hey, that's fine. Like, that's a sacrifice that just has to be made. But as long as I get to go just a couple times, that's fine. Just to at least just move my body. Because moving your body is just so good. All the endorphins and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And that can be a really good thing, right? You know, when you're already struggling to be like, okay, I'm going to take this time for myself. I love that you compared it to meditation for you, because that's so cool that gives you that time to kind of just like kind of be with yourself, kind of reflect, and just be like, you know what?
Yes.
This is my goal right now.
Yeah. It's so true. Like, no, it really is a form of meditation. It's just like calming. Even though it kind of can suck while you're doing it, you're like, oh, why am I doing this? This hurts. Like, oh, this weight's too heavy, whatever. But it's still like, that's what makes it great, is because you're focused on how heavy that is. So you're not thinking about anything else. You're not thinking like, oh man, I really wish I blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I love it. Love-hate relationship. But I do overall love it.
For sure. No, that's so fun. And I totally just lost my train of thought.
It's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
You're totally fine.
I totally had a sentence in my head, and I just
gone.
It's okay. We don't need to talk about it today. It's okay.
Apparently, it's not meant to be.
It's just not here for us today. Let's see. You can kind of. Sorry.
You're good.
I totally.
We could do like talk about like music and stuff.
Yeah.
How that's helped.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about what music you've been listening to or how that's helped you.
So I'm really into. Right now, my obsession is like soft rock, 70s rock. Just like, I love it.
Mhm.
Oh, I love it so much. Maybe a little folk rock put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing a lot, like listening to a lot of that kind of music because I just think it's so fun, like the electric guitar, and it's just like the solos and like everything. And so that, I'm very passionate about it. And so it just makes me super excited when I listen to it because I'm like, I just love it so much. So yeah, I've been doing that. What was the other? I don't remember that other question.
I think that's
Okay,
good.
cool.
Just
Yeah.
the music you listen to, and then I was gonna say, do you feel like you've been able to talk to your family a little bit at all this week and kind of? I know you were just talking to your brother earlier.
Yeah. I talk to him the most. I
Mhm.
probably talk to him at least once a day. My parents, it's like it really depends on the week. It
Uh-huh.
really does, if I'm super busy or not. So this week has been busy, so I'm usually just like grinding it out. But I talked to them a couple days ago. It's on Sunday,
Mhm.
so I think I'm due for a call. I was actually thinking about that today. I'm like, I need to call my mom, just check in with her. So I think honestly that could really help me, just like vent for a second. She tells me how the dogs are. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome. Like, yay. That wasn't sarcastic. I know it sounded
totally good.
like great.
Even if it was sarcastic, you can totally say that to you. Like, I hate those dogs.
No,
That's
I love
something I
those
want to
dogs.
talk about. I hate them.
No, I love those dogs. But yeah, so I haven't been able to talk to them as much as I'd like, except for my brother. That's his conversations are more like funny and like when I'm on the phone with him, it's just random.
Yeah.
But which is nice because it takes my mind off things.
So maybe a little more lighthearted, which is kind of maybe what
Yeah.
you feel like you need right now.
Yeah, whenever I need like something, just someone to laugh about something with me or make fun of me for doing something so dumb, I call my brother. I'm like, I'll not believe what I just did. Or, bro, did you see this? Or, oh my gosh, guess who just did this? Or, guess what funny thing? Yeah. So it's just more lighthearted, which is necessary sometimes. Whereas like with my mom especially, if I really am like going through something like a struggle or something, or it's like I can talk about the heavier things with my mom and my dad. So it's nice to kind of have that like support in like different ways. They balance each other out.
Yeah, for sure. And then just we're just gonna circle back for a second.
Sweet.
So
Let's circle back.
bear with me. So just besides like schoolwork and friends, was there anything else that you feel like, oh, I really wanted to talk about this, or anything from the last session that you're like, ooh, crap, I wanted to talk about that, or maybe you feel like I didn't cover enough, or you're like, hey, I liked where this was going, and you kind of cut me off. Like, was there anything that you kind of remember? And I know it's been like probably over a week now, so you're like, I don't even know what we talked about besides my family.
I'm curious because I know, because we had like the shorted, like the storm at my house, so like the power went out. So I know we were like talking about like my like family history, like why can't I remember the name of it?
Genogram.
Okay, I was gonna say genotype.
It's super random.
I was like saying, I was thinking genotype. I'm like, it's not that. I know what this is. But I just honestly I can't remember like if we were gonna talk about like more about it like afterwards.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, we totally were.
And I'm like, if we wanted, I'm kind of curious, but also like we don't have to.
No, we totally can. Do you want to kind of just do like we can do like a little mini one?
Yeah.
And then sorry,
because I
don't have the original with me.
No, you're good.
But kind of remember real stuff. So
we can even just do like the basics. You don't have to go too far.
Exactly. Yeah, we can just kind of do a little refresher and then kind of talk about like everything. So we know we have you, and then we have mom and dad, and we have your brother.
Yes.
We'll just, we're not going to use correct symbols, we're just kind of sweet, we're just going to have fun. And then we have dad's family, who we've kind of already talked about a little bit, who maybe the rest, like a little paranoia, a little anxiety, is like, oh, okay.
Okay guys, come on.
We know grandpa needs help, but we're all kind of just
like, come on.
collectively ignoring it. Like,
no, it's so true though.
Yeah.
Sweep it under the rug, okay.
For sure. And then, does dad have siblings? You have to remind me.
Yeah, my dad has older brother, older sister, younger brother.
Okay.
So he's the third.
Alright. And then were his parents separated?
No, they're still.
Okay.
My dad's parents are still together,
Okay.
and then it's my mom's who.
Okay.
My grandma passed
Sorry
away.
about that.
No, you're good.
And then did you know how many siblings?
My mom has 4 other siblings, so 5
Okay.
total.
Alright, so we can even just kind of stick with this. So we
Sweet.
know, say this is grandpa, we have a little anxiety right here.
Mhm.
Tell you what's not anxiety, right? Paranoia, maybe some undiagnosed problems going on.
Mhm.
Like, okay,
Yeah,
you know.
like come on,
Yeah.
let's get this.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's funny because, I don't think he realizes it or would even like call it.
Mhm.
Because he's a very smart man. Like he's educated and like all of this. So I just wonder if he's choosing to like ignore it, or if he's just so far into life that he's so used to
Mhm.
his routine and so used to the way his brain thinks that he doesn't even like see it
Yeah.
when everyone else sees it. You know.
Yeah.
And then because of him being so far into his life and like into old age,
Mhm.
it usually means you're more unwilling to change
Mhm.
like habits about yourself. So it's just honestly funny to watch and just
Mhm.
see every so often, like, oh, classic grandpa, like.
Yeah, and maybe it's like gotten a little more exaggerated as
Yeah.
he's gotten older. Where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you really.
But at the same time, it's always been exaggerated, so it's kind of
It's kind of hard to track. It's like,
it's kind of
okay.
like what's going?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, really. Yeah.
for sure. And then I know on, actually, do we know if Dad's, any of his, or Grandpa's family, do you know if any of them had any sort of anxiety? Or?
I don't. I would love
Okay.
to know though.
Okay.
I would be very interested to find
Yeah,
that out.
It would just be a cool thing.
Oh, actually, now that you say that, I think his mom.
Okay.
It rings a bell.
Okay.
His mom. She was a little. I don't even know what she was, but she had something going on for sure.
Okay. We'll just say anxious for now, just so we
Yeah.
know something was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, she was always telling him about like ghosts. They're gonna come and like. She wasn't crazy, but she was just like
Maybe a little
had certain
superstitious.
beliefs. Yeah, had some superstitious beliefs, and so
Mhm.
I think that could have contributed to some anxiety.
Yeah.
Hand in hand.
For sure, and you can kind of even see right now how like great grandma was kind of anxious, that turned into grandpa, where he had a
Mhm.
long anxiety, paranoia, maybe a little bit more than that,
Mhm.
you know.
Yep.
And then we have dad, his dad, and
Yep.
then we have you.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, okay, guys.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I wouldn't describe my dad as anxious, so I think it literally just passed over
Yeah.
to me. Because I am an anxious person, so I think it just skipped
Kind of
his
skipped a little generation
just
there a little bit.
straight to granddaughter. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
For sure. And then was there anything? I feel like we talked about some sort of mental
Yeah,
illness on your mom's
we
side.
talked about bipolar.
Yes.
There's both bipolar 1 and 2, I
Okay.
think, in my mom's side of the family.
Okay.
There were, I think, also some anxiety, some depression. Those are the 3 major ones that I'm like confident in.
Okay. Sounds good. Do we know who has what, or we just know it's there?
Yeah, we do to an extent. My mom, one of her brothers, and one of her sisters all
Okay.
have. So 3 of the 5 have bipolar.
Okay.
I don't know who has 1, who has 2,
Yeah.
but it's just bipolar.
Yeah.
And then I know that same brother and my mom have depression.
Okay.
And I think they honestly, maybe they all have, I think they all have all 3. And then the
Okay.
other 2 may have parts of it, it's just not as extreme.
Mhm.
But for those 3 siblings, I think it's the most present. I think there's just like signs of it. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something else going on.
Yeah.
And who knows?
And maybe sometimes with the other siblings struggling, it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, we're fine, they can handle it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you know.
It's easier to hide when everyone else is like has stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And then did either of her parents have any of those conditions?
This is, I need to actually talk to my mom about this. So yes, but I don't know who had what. I
Okay.
know it's there,
Yeah.
but I have no clue like whether it's mostly from my grandma's side or my grandpa's side or
Yeah.
a mixture.
Yeah. You never know. It
So-
could be both.
It could be both. I want to say depression and anxiety was. No, see, I'm not even confident in that. Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And who knows, it maybe couldn't have been them, and it could have been people, 3 people back.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, someone had something traumatic happen,
Yeah.
and they developed bipolar disorder,
Yeah.
and now,
Totally.
5 generations later, now all these things are
Yes.
also bipolar.
Yes.
So we never really know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of just all plays into like where we're at right now with you, trying to going through these like things, maybe shame your guilt, or working through this perfectionism for you right now is kind of like we can kind of see like maybe there's already hints of anxiety that's kind of already
totally
set you up, to be like, oh, okay, this is something I might have to deal with.
Yeah, totally. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. And do you have any questions about this? How we've made it, or
no? Honestly, it's nice. I'm like a visual person, like kind of visual learner, so it's nice just to see like just part of me on paper, this little bit of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like sometimes you can feel kind of crazy. You're like, why am I like experiencing these like really anxious emotions or things like that?
Yeah.
But then you would look at it on paper, it's like, oh, this only makes sense.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess. Or if you just
fine.
look at the environment around you and be like, oh, I guess this makes sense because I am pretty stressed right now. So there's just so many contributing factors.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe all these other things that you're already dealing with right now, like we talked about homework and there's fun things and your internship, which it might be exciting, but it's still giving you feelings of anxiety and stress.
So I don't know what to anticipate and stuff like that.
So maybe a little a fear of like the unknown.
Yes,
maybe a little bit
exactly.
right now.
Yeah,
for sure. And then we can even we'll do like a little mini version. We can do something. It's called an eco map.
Yay!
And this kind of just shows. It'll have you in the center. All about Sydney today.
Yay!
And kind of just goes over like your closest resources, and then maybe some that are a little farther out that are maybe a little harder to get to for you right now. Does that kind of make sense?
That does.
So, and this can really be anything that you feel like is. I use this at least 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe I use it daily.
Okay.
These are people or resources that I have.
That are most like
immediate,
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to generalize it to just family?
Yeah, we totally can.
Or do we want to do mom, dad, brother?
We can write family if you feel like it's all of them, but if you're like, I know you have a really good relationship with dad, but if you're like, I don't like mom.
Yeah, then, I'd say they're all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
Family, I'd say music for sure. That's very immediate. Friends. School. Homework. Would that count?
I was gonna say, do you feel like that's maybe a stressor for you,
That's a stressor.
or that's not really a
So I'd
support?
say
that's like you have
not
support
support
at school, like you're professor
no.
professor that helps
Once
you.
I said it, I was like, that doesn't feel right.
Oh, and we can even, if you want, we can write stressors to this side, and then we can talk about how this all helps you deal with that.
I'd say books.
Okay.
That's really nice. Gym, like I said. Outside, like nature. That's super nice. Like just good food that I know makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So I don't know, good eating. I don't know what that would be.
That's good. When you write good food, we'll know what it means.
Good food. Plus, I just love food. Food's the best.
It is the best. And then, do you feel like there's maybe anything that's maybe a little outside of here that maybe also helps you? Like, and it can really be anything, like church leaders, academic advisors, anyone or anything really that you feel like, okay, maybe you don't use it all the time, but I know if I really needed something, I could get help.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say for the outside, before we do the outside bubble, for the inside, I'd say just church generalized.
Okay.
And then for the outside one, church leaders.
Okay.
I feel like one's more, I think, immediate to me than the other, but the other leaders are
they
still...
both help you, but maybe in a little different way.
Yeah. Let's see. Professors. I have some professors who are great support. They're not as immediate to me, but I can still come to them if I have a problem. This is interesting. I don't know.
And if you're struggling to come up with these, that's totally okay. Because like you
Because I
said,
know
you
they're
mainly
there.
rely on these, right?
I do.
So it's like, and this can even be like if you ever use the Hope Pantry, that's like where you get food or
true.
anything.
I would say.
Or it'd be like your dogs. Like you don't get to
True.
see them every day.
Okay.
But like
Yes.
they're a resource.
I would
They
say
make you feel better.
Yeah, dogs,
Okay.
and then I have this cute little niece. Well, she's not my niece because my brother's not old enough to be a dad.
Uh-huh.
I guess yeah. Anyways, she's my cousin, but
Okay.
she's one, and she lives in Texas. But like I get to see pictures of her all the time,
Mhm.
so it's not like I don't see her every day. Obviously, because
Yeah.
I live here, but she's still part of that. What else? That's all I can think of right
That's
now.
totally okay.
Yeah.
And it's great to kind of be able to kind of look at these and, when we kind of talk about all these struggles, maybe
Mhm.
that we're having, like, oh, I feel like I'm a perfectionist or I can't
Yeah.
do anything right. It's really good to be able to kind of center ourselves on this, like, okay, we have these things that are here to help us and
Mhm.
kind of reflect on that and be like, okay,
Yeah.
if I'm really struggling, I'm going to go to family for
Yeah.
this. Or, I just need to go to the gym. And that
Totally.
will...
That's super nice because it feels in my brain it's all tossed. There's no categories. It feels
Yeah.
like everything is a big mixing bowl. We're just trying to pick tools and like things that are going to support us, but it can get a little hard sometimes. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see it just organized on paper.
For sure, and you could even put friends, like right here. Like,
Yeah.
you have friends here, like the
Yes.
maybe clubs that you're in.
Yeah.
Which maybe
True.
they're more stressful sometimes.
Yep.
Maybe it's a good thing.
Yes,
You know.
agreed.
For sure. But yeah, do you have any questions about this? Any,
No.
feelings that you feel about that? Or?
No, I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it can be kind of like maybe a little relaxing to kind of say, oh, I have all these people that,
Mhm.
can help me.
It just forces you to think. I think that's the best
Mhm.
part. It's like forces you to think like, oh yes, I do have support in my
Mhm.
life. Like I do have these things.
Yeah.
Not like everything's a mess. No one loves me. No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing people and things in my life.
Yeah, maybe it helps you feel a little less alone.
Yeah,
in everything that you're
totally.
going through.
Yeah.
For sure. And then we'll kind of just keep going thinking about this, and then next time we're going to try to go ahead and maybe set some goals and ways that can help you, but just to
Yeah.
be aware that's kind of what we'll go with next time. And
Awesome.
then, was there anything that we kind of talked about today that you kind of wanted to talk about a little bit more, or felt like we didn't fully explore it enough for
No,
you?
I felt really good.
Okay, sounds great then. That's probably all the time we have for today, but it
Awesome.
was so good to see you today.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you.